And there we go. I see a red box. That red box has the word live in it. And as you know, I consult my host manual because that's what I do. And that means we are, in fact, live. It's a great week. It's a great month for that matter to be a music fan. Paul McCartney just announced a new album, and we're capping it off with this brilliant singer, songwriter, frontman unveiling brand new material. It's what a great day and what a great week. And I know he needs no introduction, but we put him through the drill. Lou, would you be so kind as to introduce yourself to the fine fans out there?
Yes, I'm Lou Gramm. I was the lead vocalist of Foreigner for over 25 years. I still perform with the band for special occasions. And I also have been doing solo work for 25 years. And I just released my third solo album called Released.
And that's my cue to say we're celebrating this brand new release from Lou. Features 10 never before heard tracks. Again, from one of the all-time great vocalists, not to mention stellar songwriter, not coincidentally, a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Songwriters Hall of Fame. And I guarantee you, Lou Gramm and Foreigner fans, rock music fans in general, will absolutely love this new album. And I'll tell you, it's great magical musical medicine that we all need these days. It's officially available today. And we also have for you the classic Ready or Not album, his debut solo record, which is reissued on Midnight Blue vinyl. And by the way, Released is available on beautiful ruby red vinyl. So buckle up. Let's kick this show off. And Brendan, if you would, please roll the video.
Thank you, Steve. You made it very easy for me.
Yeah, that always gets me pumped up, but I was pumped up knowing today's guest was going to be on. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Ringo Starr also has a new record coming out. But I'm Steve Harkins, your host for the Rock and Roll Channel Talk Shop Live, and we're here for one reason and one reason only. So please, once again, welcome to Talk Shop Live's Rock and Roll Channel, Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, an inductee in the Songwriters Hall of Fame, and quite simply one of the greatest vocalists of all time, Lou Gramm. Lou, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for that great intro.
You bet. And that was the abbreviated version. I could take up the whole hour, but maybe we'll save that for another event.
Okay.
But we appreciate you still returning our phone calls and coming back. It's a privilege.
Oh, it's my privilege. Thank you.
And where do we find you this fine afternoon?
I'm in my home in Bradenton, Florida.
Beautiful. Fans, I want to say if you'd want to ask Lou a question or you have a comment, use the chat function. We'll get to as many as possible. I've said this a number of times to you, Lou, but I can't state it enough. You know, during these somewhat contentious times, it's easy to classify you as an entertainer, as a musician, but what you do is so much more important than that. And you bring people together with your music, whether it's by performing live or sharing with us brand new music, not to mention revisiting some of the great work that you've done. You bring people together through your music and your art, and we are eternally grateful for that.
I appreciate that. Thank you. That is a mission.
And mission is accomplished, and we appreciate you continuing. Congratulations on so many fronts. You had a fantastic 2025. And we talked about a number of projects and initiatives. This year is shaping up to be even bigger. It's the 50th anniversary of Foreigner, the release of this brand new collection of songs, fantastic album, released today, officially entitled Released. And there's this really interesting background on this project. So I'm wondering if you can share a little bit of insight behind it.
Sure. These songs are from my first two albums and Shadow King too. Now usually you have 10 songs on an album, but I mean, with Foreigner and my solo album stuff, we usually write about 13 or 14.
And but sorry, yeah, it seems like your audio dropped for some reason.
You want me to move a little
You're
closer or something?
you're good. We can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, you know, if we record 14 tracks, we pick the best 10 for the album, but it
Right.
doesn't mean those other four tracks are dirt, you know.
Right.
Sometimes some of those four tracks that are left off the album are only because they weren't finished. And that's the case with these songs from this new record. They weren't an inferior product, they just weren't finished in time because the record company wanted to release the album, so the songs that were on it were on it. And these sat around sleeping for over 20 some years. And
Yeah.
just over the past couple of years, I started listening to the also ran tracks on my solo albums and found some real nuggets that didn't need a lot of work. They just needed like Young Love needed a last verse,
Yeah.
a guitar solo, and some choruses, you know.
So there's some tracks on each recording that were added, but the sounds like the bones of most of these songs were from those sessions that you'd mentioned.
That's correct, yes.
Was there any, new material, composed or worked on for this at all?
I think there might be one or two songs.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Yeah. So but it's seamless. You wouldn't know, and, I'll tell you what, I mean, it's just so, reassuring and inspirational hearing that amazing voice, but and the material, to your point, just just holds up. I mean, these are exceptional tracks, and I kind of scratch my head and go, "Well, how did this one not make those records?" And I'm sure that that was always the challenge. And kudos again. It's just a testament to the standard that you set and you lived up to. And can you share with us as well the songwriting elements? You were central to all of this material, were you not?
Yes, my friend and bass player in a number of bands I was with, his name is Bruce Turgon.
Yep.
And he's a very good friend. He's an awesome bass player. He was in Foreigner for a number of years too. He and I were a writing team back before I was in Foreigner. I was in a band called Black Sheep, and we
Yeah.
had two albums on Capitol Records. So he and I wrote almost all of those songs, and we continued to write together, even though apparently there wasn't necessarily a reason to write. We just kept writing, and then when my solo album started to surface, those songs all came in handy, and most of the songs on this current record are co-written by Bruce.
Yeah, very talented. I'll tell you what, that just reminds me of something. We gotta snap Capitol out of their coma and get them to reissue those Black Sheep recordings.
I don't even know if they own the rights to them anymore. I heard they were bought out by some private company in Europe,
Really?
and they tried to years ago after the first Foreigner album. They tried to sell the rights to them back to me for a couple $1 million each.
Oh, the low price of a couple $1 million, that's
Yep.
all, huh? Yeah, it's it you gotta love this business.
Yes.
Lou, will fans have an opportunity to hear any of the new material from Release Live this year?
Well, we have a tour planned, and I think our first shows are going to be within 2 or 3 weeks.
It's amazing. So you'll be working in some of the new tracks?
Yes, I will, at least two or three,
That's
and
great.
I'll be doing tracks from my other albums, maybe from Shadow King, and maybe a Foreigner track or two.
Amazing.
So
And
it's going to be
you
a
also
great show.
no doubt about it. I encourage everybody to go to Lou's website, for those dates and locations, and you're also revisiting, Foreigner again, doing some additional dates, I guess, for some songs from Foreigner 4 as well?
Yes, we're also celebrating the 50th anniversary of Foreigner.
It's hard to believe, isn't it?
Yes,
Can
it
you
is.
imagine it?
I would have imagined it. No.
Yeah, and that we're still talking about it, and that it's that prevalent. I mean, what I love about Foreigner, as well as your solo work, is again the multiple generations of fans that are discovering and embracing the material, which again just means great music is timeless and speaks to everyone.
It's true. It's really true.
Now, we keep hearing the R word floating around from time to time. So, is it possible that one Lou Gramm might be entertaining, kind of hanging up his microphone as far as performing in the future?
Yes, there's a possibility of it. I've been thinking about it for a while now, and if it happens, it'll be after this tour.
Okay, so I would highly encourage everybody to experience this brilliant man's performances while you can. You heard it. You definitely want to see him out there. And speaking of Foreigner, we talked about it last time. Since we last connected, have you had any additional contact with Mick? And if so, how's he doing?
Saw him right around Christmas, and he seems
Yeah,
to be doing pretty well.
that's
It
great
was
news.
great to see him. I hadn't seen him in a while, and he's doing good. He seems to have his facilities about him, but you can also see the onset of his illness too. So
Yeah,
it's a very mixed blessing, and I wish he would have been able to be there to be inducted into the Rock Hall of Fame. And I wish Ian McDonald would have been alive to be there too. That's those are some people that really you know even Ed Gagliardo, original bass player. I wish
right.
I wish he would have been there to receive that award.
Well,
But
I
life
mean,
is
that,
life. You know?
yeah, and that that really puts some, I don't know if you would say pressure, but really you're really the guy who's carrying the torch right now for the original, basis of Foreigner the band. And how do you feel about that? Do you look at that as some pressure, or, I'm sure there's a sense of pride that you're able to still share the music with the fans.
It's a real sense of pride,
Yeah.
and I, I do feel it. But when I recorded this album, I felt a little bit of it that 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 made me feel it had to be songs of the level of the some of the albums that Foreigner released, and the musicianship and the production and everything. Nothing gaudy, but just good straight ahead rock.
And you delivered, sir, no question about it. The bar was raised and you met it. Let's hear from some of the fans. Eric G, saxophonist, is saying, "Hello, Lou. Thanks for giving millennials amazing music." There's one generation speaking on behalf of what you bring to the table.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and let's see. Silquent is saying the new album is great. I second that emotion. And Kyle Reese is saying, "Hey, Lou, and appreciative that you're here." And Santiago is saying, "Hola, Lou," from Argentina.
Nice.
We
That's
love that.
awesome.
We love Argentina. And let's see here. Ink Hates Me saying is asking you, do you have a favorite song from Foreigner? That's like saying, do you have a favorite son? Although I know who that is, but I'm not going to put you on the spot. But we'll talk
Well,
about him later.
I think as far as performing goes, I think it's got to be Jukebox Hero.
That's a good one. Yeah, amazing one for sure. And yeah, and kudos for being able to do that because boy, it's quite a repertoire that you have to choose from. And let's see, Margarine Margarine is saying hello as well. Girl Friday, hi from Atlanta.
Nice.
And there we go. Saved Rose Gold. Thanks for being here. Kevin saying love Lou. And was asking about the unreleased tracks, which that was posted before Lou covered that. Um, but absolutely great tunes, and the man has delivered. Ronald is saying hello, and Robert Frosinito is saying that you're absolutely the best. No one compares.
Oh, that's awful nice. Thank you, Robert.
And Born is saying hello from St. Louis, and Ripster as well as saying hello. And that's my cue to remind everybody that we're celebrating the brand new release from the one and only Lou Gramm, entitled Released, featuring 10 never before heard tracks from one of the all-time great vocalists. And of course, he's inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame, as well as the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, all warranted. Justified, long time coming. Lou Gramm and Foreigner fans will absolutely love this record, I can say without question. And this is available on ruby red vinyl. And we're also dealing with the reissue of the classic Ready or Not, which is on blue vinyl, by the way. And all I can tell you, folks, is you probably want to pick up them quick, because the man, once again, has graciously agreed to sign a limited number of copies, the brand new released, as well as a limited number of Ready or Not purchased here on the Rock and Roll Channel on Talk Shop Live. Hopefully, Matt broke the news to Lou, but we'll talk to Matt about that later. To order your copies, hit the shop button on Talk Shop Live on socials, Facebook and Instagram, comment shop, and YouTube. All you have to do is just click the link in the description, and the rest is quick and easy. And there's no greater way to show how much you appreciate the brilliant Lou Gramm's artistry than by owning a copy of his latest musical body of work. Lou, I really wanted to share a healthy dose of all this great solo work, if that's okay with you.
Absolutely.
Great. So let's get to it. From the brand new album Released, here's Young Love. Brendan, if you would, please roll the digital.
A trail of tears that leads to nowhere. Nowhere took me miles away. You stole my heart when I was just a kid, but now it seems like only yesterday. How could I think that love's a game we would never lose? This world won't ever be the same, and now they're gonna make us choose the same. Young love don't last forever. Young love is a lie, oh no. Some way we're gonna be together. Keep love alive, just let us go. There's nothing we can do, gotta take our chances. Somehow I know we will survive. There ain't no truth, there ain't no answers. You'll never see surrender in my eyes. We never play love as a game we will never lose. This world won't ever be the same, and baby, you know it too. Young love don't last forever. Young love is a lie, oh no. Some way we're gonna be together. Keep love alive, just let us go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa,
Yeah, here's the part, Lou, so just before the fans get really angry with me and wondering, Steve, why would you cut off such a blistering, great opening track? And you know how it works, or if you've been here before, you have to buy the album to hear the rest of it. And let me tell you, it holds up on the back half as well as the front end. Man, what a killer opening track. Amazing vocal as well as signature Lou voice. And love that initial break, man, that monster guitar solo. Really cool ending that people hear. And
Yeah, that's Vivian Campbell.
oh, man, amazing. Just blistering. And I have to ask you, Lou, when you had these on the shelf and hadn't heard them for well over 20 years, and the first time you heard it again, are you almost, transported back to the time when you laid down those tracks? Do you do
Yes,
it's gotta
absolutely.
experience.
It is, yeah. And that track needed a last verse, the vocal of the last verse.
Yeah,
So I kind of put myself in that same headspace as when that song was recorded. And I was able to get the same vocal tones and everything as when it was recorded 30 years ago.
incredible. I'll tell you what else is incredible. Boy, we're seeing a lot of fans buying, Release. Karen M. bought the ruby red, version on vinyl of Released. Also Carl E. Ordered a copy. Dean C., all of you are gonna absolutely love this. Andrew M., Darren F., Jamie N. I'll get to a bunch of you others, as well.
That's
Uh,
great. Thanks,
yeah,
guys.
and it's available today. It's officially released today. It's a big day for Lou and us fans. Let's a lightning strike. I was going to say this is the second track on a dramatic kind of a dramatic feel to it, rock and an extraordinarily strong song. And this was one I hand selected, Lou. Because I take liberties from time to time, and there's some tracks that are already out there that before the album was released that fans could hear. But this one, I just thought, just had a vibrancy that I wanted to call out. This is again from the brand new album Released. Here's "Walk the Walk," and Brendan, if you
Is there a way I can hear this? I didn't get any sound last time.
oh yeah, Brendan, see if we can do that, and we'll try to get that happening.
Got this weakness that's killing me. I keep it covered in secrecy. Don't need no doctor, I let it thrive. Girl, gimme, I'm keeping it alive. What I make it and how it's made. Call it a love cut, call me the blade. Operator, reporting a crime.
Sure.
I got your number, now I give you mine. Girl, you're out of my cage. How you going through a bad stage? I love it when you talk the talk, but do you walk that walk? I testify you're a loaded gun. Okay. But I call the shots, that's rule number one. Ain't nothing new to a romance so strange. I got to accept what I can't change. Squeeze hard, you make me cough. But I'll be back when you flip me off. I'm short on patience, short on cash. You're a rich beauty, and I'm white trash. Girl, you're out of my cage. Are you going through a bad stage? I hear you in dirty talk. Are you walking? Girl, you're out of my cage. You caught a boy at a bad age. Tell me when you talk the talk, do you walk that walk?
Yeah, here we go again. Steve cut off another great track. Yes, I did. You got to buy the album. Man, great sax solo comes with that. We able to hear at least a portion of it this time around, Lou?
Yes, I was. Yeah, whoever fixed that for me, thank you.
I'll tell you what, yeah, I can't take credit for it. Pretty sure it was Brendan, but man, what a great track. I heard this one and I said, this is an absolute standout, just like Young Love and a number of the other tracks, but really just powerful and full of energy. And the other thing I wanted to comment on is the sound quality, sonically, just sounds amazing.
Yes, we recorded at a couple very good studios. Analog.
Yeah. Analog. We love analog. I'm a child of analog for sure.
That's right. Me too.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm so thankful that we still have it to for us to enjoy. Let's check out another track from Lou's reissued album, or I should say, actually, this is the first reissued track. I think you'll all recognize it. It's such an amazing track. It warrants playing since we're offering it physically on blue vinyl. Here is from Ready or Not, Midnight Blue. Brendan, once again, if you would, please roll the digital.
Ain't got no regrets. I ain't losing track of which way I'm going. I ain't gonna double back, no. Don't wanna misplay. Put on no display. An angel, no, but I know my way. Oh yeah. I used to follow. Yeah, that's true. But my following days are over. Now I just gotta follow through. And I remember what my father said. He said, son, life is simple. It's either cherry red or midnight blue. Oh, midnight blue. Oh, you were the restless one, and you did not care that I was the trouble boy, looking for a double dare. I won't apologize for the things I've done and said, but when I win your heart, I'm gonna paint it cherry red. I don't wanna talk about it. What you do to me, I can't live without it. And you might think that it's much too soon for us to go this far into the midnight blue. Oh, it's midnight blue.
Yeah, folks, that's how I spent my quality time watching a great video and listening to a great track like that on MTV. Now I'm stuck with CNN and MS Now or whatever, a little depressing, but I have to say, man, we listened to that track and it transforms you when you first heard it, but it sounds as vibrant today as when you originally recorded it, when you released it. And that's again a test to the material unreleased as well. But one of the all-time great tracks, after I heard it and I just said it was impossible not to respond to it, the second thought was, gee, I'm thinking Mick and the guys in Foreigner are going, that should have been on a Foreigner record. I mean, you raised the bar with that track.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's absolutely magical for sure. And speaking of magical, again, we've got a lot of fans out there that are just expressing how much they really appreciate you. All things music for me, flat out just saying, Lou, you are the greatest singer! Exclamation point.
Oh,
Kathy Stark is saying, hello, Lou, you're still rocking. Knock their socks off. Big heart. Also, this is T-Pin Man who's wondering if and when you have any plans to come to London.
I think there is something being looked into as far as a European swing on our summer tour.
That's great news.
Don't know any dates yet, but we're looking into it. I would love to come to London.
I'll tell you what, they would embrace you too. European fans, especially those in the UK, are extraordinarily passionate and really appreciate one Lou Gramm. Jason picked up a copy of that Ruby Red release, as did Ronald. Patty H is saying hello from Patty of Patty's Page TV show in North Wayne, Indiana. And that was a stone's throw away from where I grew up in Chicago, Illinois. And this is from Laura Nem, who's saying the GOAT, the greatest of all time icon. And Ripster's just saying everything that Ripster's hearing just sounds like incredibly great music. And that is, again, my cue to remind everybody that you can pick up this fantastic brand new album entitled Released, 10 never before heard tracks. And you fans will love it top to bottom. They're just incredible. And it's available on Ruby Red vinyl, and it's officially released and available today. And that's why Lou is here. We're celebrating this special day. And we also have the classic Ready or Not album reissued on Midnight Blue vinyl. Now, Rock and Roll Channel fans can purchase their copies right here, right now. And Lou has graciously agreed to sign a limited number of copies of product that you purchase here, whether it's released, or Ready or Not. I recommend they're the tag team. You need a copy of each. I'm so glad to see that Ready or Not is seeing the light of day again in physical format. So to order your copies, hit the shop button on Talk Shop Live, socials, Facebook and Instagram. Comment shop will DM you a link. And if you're on YouTube, just click the link in the description. And the rest is quick and easy and pain-free. Unlike, as we've said, that slight arthritic condition that Lou may have developed, signing for you fine fans on behalf of Talk Shop Live, but I believe he's well on the way to recovery. And again, these are limited quantities. Long Gone, another track from Release, massive guitar hook, rhythm, wonderful musical twists and turns. I really stood out in my mind. And this one too, I think lyrically felt like it could be a statement reflective of one's life, possibly even their career. And I'm just curious to get your feedback on that.
Yes, it is. It is kind of like that, in a slightly saddened way.
Yeah.
But a glorious way too.
Right. Yeah. Quite reflective. Really spoke to me. And it's a terrific track, and great
Thank
guitar
you.
break in there as well. Just note that, fans, when you hear that track, Heart and Soul. Again, Foreigner, Lou Gramm fans will absolutely embrace this track. It's anthemic, instant classic rocker. Love the bridge. And what I love about some of this material is that sometimes a bridge is like a songwriter's go-to, whether or not the bridge helps the song and breathes life into it. And I know in some of these tracks they're bridges, in some cases there aren't. You let the music kind of serve itself, and not just purely going by formula, but the bridge here really fuels what's already a standout track. And to me, that's again a testament to your songwriting, and a blistering
Thank you
ending.
very much. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. Stamp of great rock music. And speaking of which, let's hear another track from Released. Here's Long Hard Look. Once again, Brendan, if you would, please roll the digital.
Nobody's gonna claim this crown. I'm flying low with a broken wing, but I'll
Yeah, Long Hard Look, that's from Release. Solid rock track, amped up course, just showcasing the classic Lou Gramm vocal range and power. And I noted that a nod to Shadow King was in the lyrics there. That pseudo super group that we were talking about.
Yep, I thought I would give it a little nod to Shadow King.
Yeah, that's great. And we talked about we talked about the lead guitarist, but you also mentioned Bruce. I wanted to give a little shout out to Kevin Valentine, who in the years past did some work with him when he was with Donnie Iris and the Cruisers, a great rock drummer.
Kevin played for Shadow King, and I think he also guested on a Foreigner concert once or twice.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That must have been a thrill for him.
Well, he's a
No
great,
doubt.
great drummer. He's a great
He
drummer.
really is, yeah. And I had to call him out. True Blue Love, wonderfully placed ballad, great sequencing. It kind of shakes things up a little bit. And
All right.
we got Jason here who ordered a copy of the new album, Ronald as well. I also wanted to call out Eric and Bentley Betts for picking up copies of Released. And you've got Jay Passion who's saying good afternoon from Chicago. And Penna Martin is saying, Lou, Idol, please come back to Argentina. Look at that. More calls. You got a number of people here from Argentina for sure. Let's see here. Inks8 Me is saying you sound fantastic, Lou, on this.
That's great. Thank you.
This is Sandy who's saying, Lou, thank you so much for this brilliant album. You've been a lifeline for me. You're the best. And this kind of goes back to, what I was saying before, Lou, about the service that you provide, that it's more than just entertainment or music. It speaks to us. It speaks to our soul. And I think it centers us. And, I've said this before to you, but it feels like it's probably one of the few common threads we have these days that brings us all together is music.
You've got that right. Absolutely.
And I'll tell you what, again, we're celebrating this great new release, officially released today. Congratulations, Lou, entitled Released, appropriately so, featuring 10 never before heard tracks. We also have for you the reissued great debut solo record, Ready or Not. That's available on Midnight Blue vinyl, and Rock and Roll Channel fans on Talk Shop Live can purchase their copies right here, right now. And Lou, in his typical Lou fashion, was willing to give a nod to you fans and thanking you. So with your purchase, you will receive a signed version of it with inserts. And that's for both Released and Ready or Not while supplies last. So order your copies, hit shop and Talk Shop Live on socials, Facebook, Instagram, comment shop. We'll DM you a link, and on YouTube, click the link in the description. Let's check out another new track from that album, Released. Another standout. Here is Time Heals the Pain. Once again, Brendan, if you would, please roll the digital for us.
Some time ago, I wanted everything I'd see. I was a child, and the world belonged to me. I thought that love was a cross on my shoulder. With age came wisdom, and I feel so much older. Hold on, I can't wait any longer. Now this old heart is gonna be a little stronger. I'm just a man, one man lost at sea, till the wave of your love washes over me. It's in your hands, baby, it's in your heart. Giving me love now, and we'll make a new start.
Another great track from Release. That's Time Heals the Pain. This one feels like it will stand the test of time. It's just an absolute unearthed treasure. Wow, Lou. I mean, it's trademark great vocal performance. Love this one. Do you recall originally laying down this track?
I do, yes.
Again, I scratch my head and I go, how is it that this one's been gathering, proverbial dust on the shelves as strong as it is? I mean, it's just an outstanding track.
I mean, I've got to tell you, when you record an album and the song are on the album, the also ran songs kind of start collecting dust, and then the next time you do an album, you put those songs on, and you have songs left over from that album. But it was
Right.
only when I after 25 years, I listened to them and realized that they didn't need much to be a great song,
Yeah.
and that prompted me to finish those songs and bring them to life on this album.
So thankful that you did, and so thankful that they were accessible after all these years. Sometimes, some of these recordings have a way of disappearing. So we're so fortunate. Word gets around. Perfect closing track. Amped up energy, just charged up vocal. You recall that laying down that one as well?
Absolutely. That's a song that Bruce Turgon and I wrote together.
Yeah.
And we loved the song. We were just waiting for a home for it.
And here it is, finally, home. Welcome, Matt.
Yes.
It's entitled, the welcome mat says released, finally. As I said, perfect title for this great album of 10 unreleased tracks that we finally get to hear. And so thankful for it. You've got to, it's got to feel like I don't know if cathartic is the right word, but I guess only you can describe it, that sensation that you've unearthed these songs and you're bringing them to life with the public. I mean, what does that feel like?
Cathartic is the word I use to describe it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think I ever would have gone back to listen to those songs again, but just a nagging feeling kept telling me to go back and listen to the also ran songs,
Yeah.
from both of those albums. And when I did, they were gems.
They absolutely were and are gems. And I'd also like to ask your thoughts about, you've written so many special songs and you're sharing some of those for the first time with the world unreleased. So when you hear, a track, or you write a track, I should say, or a song like Time Heals the Pain, and then you lay it down, just like a Midnight Blue, for example, Young Love. Do you sense that there's something special here because, you haven't yet gone through the experience of sharing it with the world and getting the outside feedback? Are those certain songs that you come up with where you just know, hey, there's something special here?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, there's some songs that could be special, and then when you work on them, they become special. And there's some songs right out of the box, before you do any overdubs or anything, it's got something.
Yeah. Yeah. And, fortunately for you, you've had that sensation several times. Most musicians and songwriters aren't necessarily blessed with that gift, let alone it's just an incredible voice. I wanted to share another track many of you should be familiar with, and if not, buckle up. This is from Ready or Not. And here is, in fact, the title track, Ready or Not. And Brendan, if you would, once again, please roll the digital for us.
Something that you said
Well, after listening to that particular track, I just have to say that, if you don't respond to that, just, organically, you probably have no pulse. Don't bother calling 911 because it's too late. And I kid all our fans out there that we don't wish that on anyone, but that song just it just energizes the soul. I mean, it's just such a powerful track. This has to fit that category of another special one that you came up with.
Right. Did you know that's Nils Lofgren on lead guitar?
I did notice that, and man, what a great guitarist. How did you
Yes.
score Neil for that album?
We've been friends for a long time.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, he's a good friend to have too, boy. He's an unsung hero, I think, to some degree. I don't think, and
I
some
think so
some
too.
great solo records have been pretty
Oh,
amazing, right?
great solo records.
And something I wanted to call out here, I think that just puts underscores and puts the exclamation point on your talents, Lou, is that yeah, you were inducted in the Songwriters Hall of Fame, and justifiably so. But I know sometimes there's been, discussions about okay, what parts did Lou come up with when writing, with Mick, and Mick, is an extraordinary talent, and it's not taking away from him, but for anyone who, because I think the strength of your vocals too, and as a front man, is so overpowering. I think sometimes that um, overshadowed your skills and the gift that you have as a songwriter. And after this album, unquestionably, it shows what a phenomenal songwriter you are.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thanks so much. I hope you're.
Absolutely, absolutely right. And speaking of which, we're seeing so many other fans ordering copies of Release. Jim and Drew, Emily is saying congratulations on the album, and Becky's saying hi, Lou from Texas. We have Canadians in the house as well, and we appreciate you folks for being here, no doubt. Also,
Absolutely.
yeah, we love Canada. David, Stacy, Kay Willis all ordered copies of Released, as did Peter. Michael Anthony Salamone is saying the album is awesome. I second that emotion. Michael Anthony. Eric B. and Steven ordered copies of Released on that ruby red vinyl. And again, just so much affection. And Lou, I feel like we've shut down the workforce. It's a Friday afternoon and we've got thousands of fans here. So, it's okay. It's Friday afternoon. So we'll
Just
give
get out
them
of work
some.
early, right?
Exactly right. Yeah. This puts a whole new meaning to happy hour for sure. Eh,
A little
right?
earlier.
A little earlier, that's right. And with that, everyone, I just want to remind you to pick up a copy of this brilliant new unveiling of 10 never before heard tracks from one of the all-time great vocalists, stellar songwriter, great frontman, not coincidentally, again, member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Songwriters Hall of Fame. Of course, I'm referring to Lou Gramm. Whether you're a Lou Gramm fan and or a Foreigner fan, they're all interconnected, but just flat out a rock fan. This music is just absolutely stellar. Performance is top notch, and it sounds amazing. Sonically, it's incredible. You'll absolutely love this record. And trust me, if you please,
It's available in Atmos too.
oh, that has to be incredible. How'd
It really
you
is,
feel?
yeah.
Yeah, how'd you feel when you first heard it in that
Uh,
experience?
it blew my mind.
I'll bet. Like probably being in the middle of the studio, right, when you were laying down the tracks. Right? And you know what,
Yes.
everyone? That's my homework assignment. I've gotta hear it in that format. 10 new never before heard tracks. And also, we're offering the brilliant debut solo record. It's brought back to life on vinyl, Midnight Blue vinyl. I'm referring, of course, to Ready or Not. And Rock and Roll Channel fans, you can order your copies right here and right now. And Lou, again, gracious as the man is, agreed to sign a limited number of copies of both. When you order it, you just hit the shop button on Talk Shop Live and on Facebook, Instagram, comment shop will DM you a link. The rest is quick, easy, and pain-free. And there's no greater way to show how much you appreciate the brilliant Lou Gramm's artistry than by owning a copy of this wonderful and latest musical body of work entitled Released. And for that matter, that first debut solo record, Ready or Not. So, Lou, We touched on it a bit. 2026, we're celebrating the release of Released. We saw the reissue on blue vinyl for Ready or Not. You're doing some more dates with Foreigner, and you're doing solo dates as well. Is there
Yes,
anything
I am.
else? Yeah, anything else you can share with us? Whether it's breaking news or not, that is on the horizon for this year.
I can't think of anything big and for certain. There's always fun and interesting things that turn up as you tour. But I know that this tour is starting within, I think, a week or 10 days, my solo tour,
Yeah,
and it's going right to the end of the year. So we're going to cover a lot of ground this year. I hope to see everybody.
I,
You
I
know,
I'm going to be there to shake your hand, sir. I mean, it's the least I can do. There's also going to be something extra in your Christmas stocking this year. You've been such a great friend to the Rock and Roll Channel Talk Shop Live. We can't thank you enough.
thank you very much.
And everyone, I just want to thank all of you for being here this afternoon. If you need some notes for those that you work for, your boss or whatever, just let me know, Steve at talkshop.live, and I'll be happy to send some written notes excusing you so you continue your gainful employment. I want to also single out special
I love
thanks to
that.
Thank you. Special thanks to Matt Graham for jumping through hoops and for everything he does for the one and only Lou Gramm. Also, to our good friend Phil Carson, who kind of brought us together, and the amazing Allie Solomon. She's incredible. Also, to Dave Kapp and Royal Momburger at Rhino. Also our good friend Joe from Friday Music, who's keeping the music alive and was central in the physical release of Released. Also to Kara and Michelle from Warner Music and Rhino. Thank you both for everything that you've done, and to our fulfillment partners, All Media Supply, for getting these albums and the signed elements out to you fine fans. To Brian, Sandy, Tina, Brad, Joe, Jenny, Lavani, Marty, Kate, Sam, and behind the scenes doing yeoman's work, Brendan, Quinn, all from Talk Shop Live, but most importantly to Lou Gramm for continuing to provide these amazing musical gifts with all of us. We're so thankful for Lou Gramm. And before we part company, Lou, any last words you've got for the fans out there today?
I just want to say thank you to the fans for their patience. I know that it's a long time between albums, but I was working towards this, and I hope when you hear it, you'll think the wait was worth it.
I can vouch for that. I think I will speak for the masses. And again, if you don't agree that this is an absolutely great rock record, you send me a note, I'll make it right. That's how strongly I believe it's a really special record. It's Steve at talkshop.live. You let me know, and I'm pretty confident it's going to be pretty quiet in my email server after you listen to this for sure. And you know what? Pick up this brand new album Released, as well as the reissued Ready or Not from Lou Gramm on Rock and Roll Channel Talk Shop Live, personally autographed by Lou. And pick up copies for your friends and family. Spread the gospel of Lou Gramm. Can't think of a more unique gift that will last a lifetime. Music and art, as we said, is a gift that keeps on giving. So give that wonderful gift to Lou Gramm. Your friends and family will thank you for it. You've worked hard this year, except maybe that break you took, this 1 hour, special hour watching us. But you deserve it, and having a good authority. It truly will enhance everyone's quality of life. We need this new Lou Gramm music. And Lou, once again, can't thank you enough for being here. Such a privilege and an honor to have you here. Thank you, sir.
My pleasure. You're a great host. You know that?
I don't, but you know what? From you, I wear it like a badge of honor, and I really appreciate that. And
All right.
I hope we can do this again next time we have something special to talk about.
Where are you based out of?
I'm based out of Charlotte, originally Chicago, but now I'm in Charlotte.
Nice. Well, if we tour down that way, come on out and see the group.
I absolutely will. I may even have to take a bit of a trip if necessary, but I will see you this year without question.
It sounds great.
And everyone, thank you again for being here. Stay safe, enjoy life, love one another, and rock on. So long, everybody. Thanks again, Lou.
Take care now.
You too.
I think that was all.
Don't